Hey, NotSoChillQ community, welcome to the channel. We've got an exciting topic today, a rematch that has MMA fans eagerly speculating Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan 2. Now, while many consider Makhachev to be one of the top fighters in the world today, and he is, today we are going to dive deep into why I believe Arman Tsarukyan, with his improved wrestling and fighting overall, could make this the toughest fight of Islam's career. Now, I'm not saying that Arman's going to win or Islam's going to win. I'm just saying why Arman should statistically and stylistically be Islam's toughest matchup yet. Because if you really think about it, Islam did not fight any top tier wrestler, especially not at the level Arman wrestles in. Of course, I'm not saying Charles Oliveira because Charles Oliveira is a grappler and he specializes jiu-jitsu. So yeah, let's break it all down.
But I still wonder who the will love you like I did. Know your heart you want it, need you like an addict. Stay when you get money.
Now, we can all agree that Arman's wrestling pedigree has been a base of his fighting style from the very beginning. He's coming from a freestyle wrestling background. And over the years, he has developed an aggressive and dynamic approach to grappling, which we all saw in his UFC debut against Islam Makhachev. Now, we gotta remember, at that time, Arman was only 22 years old. It was back in 2019. But he put Islam's grappling to the test and turned out to be one of the toughest fights Islam had, besides his first fight against Alexander Volkanovski and the one where he got knocked out by Adriano Martins at UFC 187. Now, in their first fight, Islam controlled the pace, realistically, and showed his dominance with his sambo skills. However, despite losing unanimous decision, Arman put on a performance that many did not expect. And he even took Islam down in the first round, and you and I both know how hard that is. He dared to grapple and test Islam in ways no one had done before, particularly in the opening rounds, giving Islam serious grappling work. But since that fight, Arman has grown immensely, and one key area of growth is his wrestling, and I believe that that could present a certain problem to Islam. Now, since that first bout, Arman has become a more well-rounded fighter, as I said, particularly with his wrestling. He always had a great takedown defense and scrambles. As we can see here, takedown defense 75%, and he had some serious matchups against some serious grapplers and wrestlers such as we said, Islam and Gamrot. But what's changed is his offensive wrestling. We've seen him dominate in the clinch and take down fighters who previously were untouchable. Remember his fight against Gamrot. Now everybody thought that Gamrot was also untouchable, that nobody can grapple with him, nobody can wrestle with him, which is fairly true, but Arman showed that his wrestling is his biggest weapon and that he can wrestle and show astounding techniques against best wrestlers and grapplers such as Gamrot or Islam. And yeah, now I believe that his wrestling is still one of the biggest weapons, and he's more than capable of controlling the pace on the ground also. If Arman can keep the fight standing or force a scrappy battle on the mat, which we saw that realistically is not a problem for him, that might derail Makhachev's game plan. Islam's key to victory is often his ability to impose his grappling early and control the fight in that realm, but Arman's wrestling has now reached a point where he can defend some of the takedowns, or he can keep the fight standing longer and threaten Islam with his own takedowns. Maybe he can take Islam down. For example, in their first fight, he took Islam down one time. Maybe he's not scared to take him down. So yeah, his timing, his explosiveness, and overall improvements in that department will make it harder for Islam to get those clean, dominant takedowns. Mainly harder than the first time, I believe. Let's now take, for example, Arman's recent bout against Charles Oliveira. So Arman showcased his grappling skills by defending multiple submissions attempts from the former champion, if you remember. He demonstrated his ropes in a grappling department in a very good way. So Oliveira is known for his devastating submission game. He tried to lock an armbar, a guillotine, and even went for a triangle. but Arman displayed incredible defense. I remember everybody during all of these submissions thought that it is over for Arman, that Oliveira is going to choke him or submit him, but Arman remained calm. He did not bend under any pressure and got out of all of those submissions. His ability to weather the storm and escape from such dangerous positions speaks volumes about how much his grappling has evolved. It also proves that he can handle submission specialists like Oliveira without getting overwhelmed, which is a critical skill when facing someone like Islam, who can also be dangerous with submissions from top control. So yeah, we know that Arman beat Oliveira. And yeah, I know what you're gonna say. Islam basically ran through Oliveira, wasn't even difficult for him. Arman had it difficult. Yeah, I know. But let's just say that Oliveira maybe wasn't himself, wasn't his best that night against Islam. So yeah, let's maybe say that. And against Arman, we can say that he was the better version of himself. And Arman did display amazing grappling skills there. Okay, but enough of his improved wrestling. Let's talk about how Arman's striking has also evolved significantly. So his first round knockout of Beneil Dariush in just 60 seconds is a testament to his improved stand-up game. So Dariush is a seasoned veteran known for his durability, and he was caught early by a beautifully timed punch that dropped him clean. This knockout not only highlights his power but also his ability to finish fights quickly and decisively. Before this fight, Arman had already shown flashes of power and technique in his striking, but this performance really showcased his ability to put it all together, blending speed, timing and power to devastating effect. If Arman can replicate that kind of precision against Islam, it could add a whole new layer of his game, forcing Makhachev to respect his striking from the outset. Additionally, let's talk about his bout against Gamrot, which was a major statement of Arman's grappling skills. Now, Gamrot, a highly skilled grappler himself, he tested Arman in all areas, but Arman was able to consistently scramble and defend takedowns. Even in the second round, Arman even took Gamrot down and controlled him on the ground, showcasing his improving top game. Despite the back and forth nature of the fight, Arman proved he could handle top tier grapplers, matching Gamrot's intensity with his own. Now, this fight showed that Arman is more than just a regular wrestler, grappler, whatever. He is evolved into a complete fighter with the grappling to back up his stand-up. If Arman can continue to sharpen his grappling under pressure, this could make his rematch with Islam a much more competitive affair than their first meeting. Now, I really believe that all of this matters for his rematch with Islam, because I really think that Arman can counter Islam's game plan with his wrestling, with his takedown defense, or with his aggressive takedowns. He can definitely take Islam down, and with his also improved ground game, maybe he can pair Islam's ground game. We'll see. But I really do believe that he has improved so much that he can indeed counter Islam's wrestling. Because Islam did not really face any top tier wrestlers, specifically freestyle wrestlers like Arman. There you have it. Islam is a beast, no doubt about it. He is a number one in the world for a reason, pound for pound number one. But Arman's growth over the last few years has made him a legitimate competition, especially in areas where Islam is dominating. Now, this fight, I believe, is going to look very different from their first meeting. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree that Arman's improved wrestling could make this his toughest fight yet? Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. Follow me on all social media down below, Instagram, Twitter, doesn't matter. And remember, I am not picking sides. I love MMA, I love martial arts. I'm just saying analytically and stylistically what is possible. So yeah, see you guys.